training program, which is right now is we're in our winter enrollment, and I'm so excited because if you've ever thought about up-leveling your dance in any way, shape, or form, this could be something that really changes the game for you. No snow, and it's brown. I love it. Okay, I might just get a little distracted with some really fun comments you guys are saying. That's totally fine. This is live. Here we are. The Kickstart Instructor Training Program, it's for people who are brand new and are looking to start instructing, or it's also for people who are already instructors and you want to take your instruction to the next level. So I am going to, hey Todd, I'm going to be sharing some information, but ultimately I've got some questions that came from y'all that I want to make sure I answer. And then also I'm going to be taking your questions in the comments. So if you got a question, put it in there. I'll kind of make a note. And we've also got on our Zoom call, if you like Zoom, go ahead and click the link in the bio at KickStart Instructor Training. Sorry, Kickstart Country. Thank you. Kickstart Country on Instagram. And you guys can jump on the Zoom call with me and kind of like chat live there. Okay. So we're going to be answering some questions that you guys have already asked, but then we want to take some new ones. So what the heck is this instructor training and do I need it? First of all, I'm going to be super real with you guys. No, you don't need instructor training. Like if you want to go and rogue it like I did, if you want to pave your own way, absolutely. That's what most of us has done because there wasn't any such thing. And so do you need it to get started? No. Do you need a certification in order to be an instructor? No. Do you need someone to give you permission to be an instructor in order to teach, in your home or at events or whatever? Like, no, nobody needs to give you permission. If you want to do it, go out and freaking do it. Okay. Now, with that said, if you want that road to be a little easier, anyone want to travel a new city without a GPS? Hey, is it doable? 100%. Are you going to hit some dead ends? Yeah. Are you going to run into some one-way streets and go the other way like I did yesterday in Venice? Yes, probably. But if you want to have more of a roadmap on like how to do this thing called country dance instruction, how to get more clients, what happens when the area is totally saturated? There's already big groups, there's already tons of instructors. They're like, where do I start? Where do I fit in? That's the kind of stuff that we go over in the Kickstart Instructor Training Program, in addition to giving you so many tools, tricks, techniques, and information on how to really improve and up level whatever it is you're already doing. So do you need it? No. Will it benefit your life immensely? Heck yeah. Will it save you time and energy so that you are not spinning your wheels trying to figure out how to make this thing work? Yeah. So a few years ago, back in 2019, I started instructing. A little tiny bit about me. Hang in there, y'all. If you got questions, I'd love it. And yes, give me some waves out there on Instagram. So glad to have you guys here. I started instructing because I just wanted more people to dance with. I was sitting in the bar and I wanted to get on the dance floor, and there just wasn't people around. Well, there was. They were around, standing around, not dancing, standing around and not asking people to dance. And I'm like, but I want to dance. So I was like, okay, I got to figure out a way to change this. So I found someone who was really knowledgeable, and I was like, hey, you want to start teaching dance with me? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, cool, I need you to like teach me first. So that's how it really started. I just wanted more people to dance with. And the same thing with partner dancing. Yeah, you feel that, right? So same thing with same thing with line dancing. I wanted to be able to do higher level dances, and that wasn't really what was being taught in the bars around me because the demographic at a bar is typically not doing advanced dances. But I really wanted to do these high level dances and learn like, the ones that just feed your soul, like the Morgan Wallen and Kane Brown and, who give me your favorite artist. Tell me your favorite artist that you guys love doing like high level dances to. But I really wanted to do more of that, and it wasn't available. So I'm like, okay, well, hey, I'll show some friends, like, you guys want to learn this? And they're like, yeah. Well, I didn't know what the heck I was talking about. So I'm faking my way through it. I'm trying to explain like what I think I know to be true about these moves, trying to make sense of the choreography, trying to figure out like what's the best way to get this information out. And a lot of it was trial and error. And then some of it was, stuff that I had learned from instructors that were teaching in that area. But ultimately, I didn't have a roadmap. I didn't have something specific that would just kind of help make it easier, break it down, make it in a way that I could excel at much much like faster pace. I love that. Well, I want to hear what artists you like. So what artists do you like? They aren't country. No problem. Let's hear it. So that's why I started teaching. And so I am here. I decided to come up with like a program, and thank God I was joined by some brilliant minds with our Kickstart leadership team. And we have created something really special for you guys that is so like full and meaty of material, and so much stuff that you can get through it in 24 hours 100%, but it's like in order to let it digest, you would want to give it a little bit more time than that to be able to really kind of absorb everything that's there. But what we have seen is that a lot of people who join the Kickstart Instructor Training Program are actually like about half of the people are already instructors. So is anyone already instructing? Like if you guys are on Instagram, you're already instructing, give me a heart, give me a hand raise, something like that. So a lot of people are already instructing, and they're wondering, okay, what's in it for me? Like, what will this program do for me? So that's kind of what we want to talk about on this program. So if you guys or on this live, so if you have any questions, please make sure to please make sure to write them down. What can this program do for you if you're already an instructor? And then how many of you guys have been thinking about instructing, but you're not really certain that it's something that you want to do? Yeah, two hands up. I love it over there. um, this program also has a lot of elements for those who are brand new and who are just thinking about getting into instruction. So let me get into kind of what's a part of the program. But first, I have to say, y'all, this is about so much more than dance. How many of how many of you guys can relate to dance having had a major impact in your life? Like it wasn't just about the music, it wasn't just about the choreography. Like how many of you would say that dance has taken you to heights you didn't realize you would go to confidence, self-esteem, meeting people, building community, healing past wounds and hurts? Like is anyone else like on board that what we're doing here is not just about moves to music? Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
totally.
Exactly. Yes. So when we talk about this program, I want you to be keeping that in mind because everything in here points to building up individuals so that you as individuals can continue to build out communities, build out people who are going to be coming into your space and into your place. So all these tools, all these resources, everything I'm about to share with you, like the end goal is building people, building communities. And the cool thing about it is if you're doing it as an instructor, like you get to make money, you get to make income. Some of you you're on track to want to replace your full-time job. Those are all things that are possible. Some of you, you may just want to get your bar tab paid for. You just want to get your gas money. Anybody want just their gas money paid for going to the bar? Can I get an amen? Yep, got an amen for that. So wherever you're at, like that's going to be an added benefit, but the best benefit is the lives that you are going to touch and that you're going to change as a result of you stepping into a place of leadership, as a result of you stepping into a place of being able to guide others and just provide dance. Like literally, you don't got to do therapy sessions. You just got to teach a dance and you have no idea what that does. Well, you may have an idea, but in general, that your influence is going to bleed it's so much further into spaces that you don't even realize. Okay. All right. So how many times am I going to say realize? I don't know. If you want to keep track, you could do that. You can tell me after the live. All right. So our program is multifaceted. So it's not just a course. That's why we don't call it the Kickstart Instructor course. We call it a program. It's multifaceted. So here are the few different facets. Number one, we've got the course. We have a line dance series and we have a partner dance series. A lot of times people do both. The reason is because why not be more knowledgeable in both? Like, why be only a line dance instructor when you've got people who want to learn to partner dance? You've got couples in your apartment complex. You've got friends who want to get that, just be able to get on the dance floor and have a blast and not be yanking arms out. I know yanking arms out, it's fun until you experience it without the yanking arms out. So we've got the chorus, the line dance and partner. We've also got the our live trainings. So our online course, we have our live trainings as well, and those consist of coaching conversations with various professionals in the industry, not just dance instructors, but instructors who've choreographed for TV shows, world champions who have taken their training and applied it in this way, to being an instructor or just helping build events. We've got event directors, we've got bar owners and managers, we've got DJs, we've got music festival um, dance directors, and so much more. Yeah, you don't yank my arm out. Thanks, Michael. So we've got a lot of different professionals who are coming in with live trainings to give you guys feedback and information, and give you as a KIT instructor, training program student, an opportunity to ask the questions that you have to people who are already doing what you want to do, or who have the answers. Okay, so we've got that live training. We also are going to be having live business calls. So for like on the business end of things, all that back stuff like taxes and LLCs and insurance and that kind of information. We're going to have live calls each week so that you can get your questions answered in that way, specific to this industry. Who else is doing it specific to this industry? All right, this all inclusive. So that is something that you as a KickStart instructor training program student, it's like a mouthful, KIT program student, that's what we're going with. You have access to those live trainings. We also have some in-person trainings. Now, these are going to be on the calendar. They're not something that's like a weekly training. Instead, we're going to be having some of our KIT pros doing pop-up workshops in various places around the country, from line dance training to partner dance training. Also at a lot of our KickStart events like the Edge Fall Fest, the Edge Dance event, Dance XL, Boston D. If you guys are going to any of these, I need to see some hand raises, please, right now. Lots of hearts, lots of hearts. Yeah, there we go. All right, so at these events, we are also going to have in-person training. So we're going to have classes at these events that you as a KickStart instructor training student gets to take. It'll actually, most of the time, it's complimentary. It comes with your initial investment. Guys, almost everything I'm going to tell you right now comes with your initial investment, and it's lifetime. Like, you always get access to this stuff. So that's why is that important to us? Because again, we're in the business of building the community and building leaders in your communities. That's what we're in the business of. And that means when we do updates, we want you to have it. We don't want to say, okay, here's an update, but if you want it, you got to pay more. No, lifetime access to our updates, lifetime access to our coaching conversations that happened in the past, lifetime access to the things that are coming in the future. Yes, will we have other things? Like, absolutely. Hello, my name is Adia Dance, and I create shit all the time. But and I now paired with a team of people who are creators also. So we're going to always have new things, but when it comes to the instructor training program and all these elements that I'm talking about, you have lifetime access to these types of things. We have, so those are the live things. We also have something really exciting coming up that we will be releasing more details in the near future, but we are going to have a KIT workshop weekend, which is going to be like a full weekend of instructor training. It'll be at somewhere that is cool, and it'll be something that you come for the weekend, and we learn all weekend from different instructors, specifically for learning how to be a more up-leveled instructor. Because are you an amazing instructor? Absolutely, I believe it. Do we all have room to grow? I mean, I know I do. I know I have room to grow. So I'm always happy to learn from other people. So we're going to be having that. That will be an additional, like a whole additional event. So as a KickStart instructor training program student, this session, this is going to be the last time, y'all. We did it in the fall. We're doing it again for the winter, but we are including your VIP status with your initial investment for the winter the winter session. And with VIP comes discounts on all the Kickstart Country events. As a student, comes discounts on workshops, comes discount on any like future products that we release, and different things like that. So that is a bonus perk. Make a note. Give me some hearts on that one. We're super excited to be giving that away, for the last time, because I've got my business coach is like, Adia, why are you giving everything away? I'm like, because this is what we do. So, okay. We've got the live portion. What else do we have? Another facet of the Kickstart Instructor Training Program is our apprenticeship program. Oh my word. So, have you ever seen or been to a Kickstart Country event? The Edge, Dance Excel. Again, let's see those. Let's see with our new friends who've joined. Where have you guys been? So, at those events, we're going to be plugging in KIT program students in these events, as well as workshops, as well as other types of gigs and things like that that we get, because we're constantly having other like music festivals, clients from corporate events, all sorts of people are reaching out to Kickstart Country and our affiliates, and they're like, hey, how can I get a instructor? How can we get dance at this space? And so we're helping plug people in, and we're going to be starting with the Kickstart the KIT program participants, because we know that you guys have like taken that extra step to get additional training and to put yourself out there in the apprenticeship program. We also will have like mentors who are helping giving you guidance along the way, so that like as you're teaching, or as you're wanting more opportunities to teach, you have that platform. Basically, we are a platform that we are willing to share with all of you guys. All right. I'm going to come back a little bit to what's inside the course, but in addition to the course that comes with the program, in addition to the live training in person and the live training that is virtual, in it, as well as our apprenticeship program, we also have our network. And thank you, Todd, for that little plug, that the network is like in and of itself is worth it. Yeah, we are in the business of connecting people who want dance to the people who give dance and who bring dance. And so as a part of the Kickstart Instructor Training Program, you would be, as you go through it, and especially with our finishing the program and going through the apprentice and getting that certification, you are going to be at the top of the list when people are looking for instructors in their area, or instructors to service the different events or different types of opportunities where they're wanting to have dance. And this goes far beyond the dance community, because when we send instructors out to teach at a corporate holiday party for a basketball team, like for a high level basketball team, that's not the dance community. Those are clients who are looking to bring something new, something fun to the people in their area, something different. So this is far beyond our little dance community, which is big, but also in the grand scheme of things, there's just so many more people. So, all right. So those are all the different facets of the program. And in your investment, like when you choose to go through this program, you get access to all of that. Okay. All right. So let's talk about a little bit about more what's in the course, but I've got a couple questions coming in on Zoom. So I'm going to answer some of those questions. Yes, I know it is such an amazing value. Thank you. So a huge shout out to Nashville Dance Fest. Anyone going to Nashville Dance Fest? This is our newest event, and we are so freaking excited to be partnering with some incredible people. Taylor and Britt Winston. We've got Blue Tick Management and Kickstart Country. And oh my gosh, you guys, this is going to be off the charts. If you have not seen our lineup, go and check out Nashville Dance Fest right now. Get your ticket, because we do have a sellout. We do have a sellout limit, and we're climbing towards that really, really quickly. Okay, so cool. I've got a question. What if someone is still a beginner but might want to think about teaching in the future? Love it. Okay. That is such a great question, because as mentioned before, this is not just a program for new or non-instructors, or people who haven't started instructing yet. And it's not a program only for people who are already instructing. It really covers everything from from the basics of getting started to also up leveling what you've already got going. So one of the things that we have, like for example, in the partner dance program, is we have what are called building blocks. So in addition to teaching you how to be a great instructor, some classroom tactics, some student tactics, how to keep people coming back, all of these different things, how to communicate with different levels, we're also giving you drills and moves and actual steps that you can learn as a lead, as a follow, and as both. So for those of you, do I have any like single partner dance instructors out there that you don't have a partner that you teach with and you're wondering how to kind of get started? We with our building blocks, we actually teach from all these different perspectives so that you can gain confidence as an instructor no matter where you're at. And how do you teach when you're a solo instructor in a big class? We give you tips and tricks and techniques and also the training to be able to do so. So with our line dance building blocks, we're teaching you terminology, we're teaching you steps, we're teaching you basics, giving you the skills that you need to really get whatever you're doing off the ground and take it into the next realm. And if you're already like, well, I already teach line dance, I already know how to do that. Trust me, there is so many more. Like I said before, for me, I'm always learning. There's always something more to learn. And instead of us hoarding this information, we're going to share it with you guys. So when it comes to line dance, if there's so many different areas that maybe there's ideas that you haven't thought of yet, or ideas that you could implement to make to do more networking while you're at events or while you're teaching at the bar or while you're doing your private lessons, all sorts of ideas for up leveling whatever you've got going. So how does Oh,
Idea.
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if Instagram can hear me as well, but adding
Instagram,
into
can you
that,
hear Taryn right now?
can you guys hear me talk? Give a thumbs up or wave. um, so one of the things that helps if you're just getting started and you're beginner and you're not sure if you maybe want to teach later, the great thing is we give you, whether it's with line dancing or with partner dancing, the setup tool. Like you don't have to go and reinvent the wheel. Like we help share typical, hey everybody. We help share typical like example lesson formats that you can take just as a beginner or just getting started instructing and use that. Or if you've been teaching for 10 or 20 years, we also have filler content that you can add in that'll really make your students like interested even in the beginner tactics. Maybe it's something like taking step togethers and getting them to add some syncopation and play around with it so that you can deal with mixed levels as an instructor or with mixed level students too. So the course really supports whether you're just getting started or you've been doing this for a while.
Amen to that. Can you guys hear that? Awesome. Cool. All right. So keep your questions coming. So we had another question about how does one build a dance community if there isn't one in their city? I love that question. Taryn, you want to take that one?
Well, I can start on it because I've done it along the coast. And it basically is getting yourself out there and telling everybody about your classes. So go to the gyms, go to the bars, go to the dance studios, and just share, hey, going to get together and dance here. And from there, every time you tell the next time that you're going to teach, and every time try to connect people at your event. So go through and say, hey, if you'd like to follow on Facebook, we can get along and chat, or come together here and we'll meet up and dance at the next place. So it's all about not only connecting them to you, but connecting them to each other. Because when you have a buddy to come out with and be like, hey, come on, let's go dance, that's the start of it. And then it really does trickle and network from there. One person will say, hey, I can't come out to this lesson, but I've got a studio I can recommend you to. Is there any way you can come to our area on Tuesdays? And you'll be amazed at how things can just blossom and grow from there. And people will start inviting their friends and coming to things. So the best way to build the community is literally the simple step of getting started and tell others. Tell them beforehand, tell them in person, and start to share it that way. And then the more consistent you are with doing that, the more it starts to become part of the lifestyle, part of what they do.
Awesome. Thank you, Taryn. Can you all see that okay? Can I get some like thumbs up that you can hear Taryn and you can see her okay? She's over on Zoom where we've got live going on over there as well. And that link was in the KickStart Instructor Training. Sorry, KickStart Country Instagram bio. So I love that question. Also because When I got started dancing or when I got started teaching, there was like the bars. Like I get it. That is something that already was like in place. It's already happening. So how do I take a back road and find clients and find people who are wanting to dance without with like outside of just the bar? How do we build and grow more of that community? And that's actually something that we have a whole group of lessons on at, in one of our modules where we talk about different ways to attract an audience, different ways to go about getting clients, and not thinking that it's the only avenue is at that country bar, that one country bar that is in your area. Because if you're talking about not having a dance community, there may not be a lot of places to dance. Okay, I've got a really great example for you guys. Let me know if this is you or if you've experienced or witnessed this. So Arizona, 3 years ago, line dancing in Arizona was like non-existent. There was a couple here and there, and there was maybe I heard there's like the 7 dances that was done at Denim and Diamonds, and it was like, outlaw and whiskey, or aka whiskey drinking, and like a couple others. Now, if you go to Arizona, like some of those bars, you've got full floors for line dancing. I know we got Krista on the call with Dance Hub. You have a huge part in helping make that happen. So it's like there, my point in this is there was a community. They just hadn't gathered yet. They just hadn't had the opportunity yet. The people are there. It's about introducing them to the fact that there is an opportunity. It's about creating an opportunity and creating that space. Like Taryn was saying as well, like, and now as you have those spaces, as you start to go into those spaces, more people are going to be interested. But how do you build a dance community when there isn't one? There is a dance community, you just haven't met them yet, or they just don't know about it yet. Yeah, woo woo, exactly, it's been blowing up. That like in Arizona. That same thing has been happening around the country. So if you're in a space where there isn't a country dance community, no, there are 100% people who there 100% there is people who want to learn and who want to be a part of it. How do we know this? Because country music itself is so popular. And would we say that country music isn't popular everywhere? No, like, of course, it's popular everywhere. And where there is country music popularity, there are dancers who want to dance to it, or there are people who want to dance to it. They may not even know they're dancers yet. Okay. Anyone can I get an amen for that one? Like, you didn't even know you were a dancer until you started. Like, you had no idea you had it in you. So, okay, we
I
had
run
another
into that
question.
at parties a lot when you get hosted for gigs or you go out with your friends. So I was hired to work a corporate Christmas party, and half the people that were part of that didn't know that there was country line dancing or didn't know that there was a place to go. And literally from that, I've had people following up and not only hiring other events, but then coming out to local lessons and going, "Where has this been? I didn't know about it." And I'm going, well, it's been here on the coast, but you hadn't heard. And so just getting the word out there. I make it a point. This is one of the best tips I can share with any of you out there. I make it a point every time I go out dancing, I try to introduce one person to another, because the more that you get people to enjoy it and interact together, then it goes beyond you. And it's not you just calling 10 people or you making sure that your ad gets out there every time. When you start to connect other people to you and your dancing, that starts to exponentially grow your community.
Heck yeah, guys, everybody, Taryn Wilhelm, Boots on the Beach. So freaking proud that she is on our Kickstart leadership team. Okay, so we had a question. It was, as an instructor, how can you motivate the experienced dancers to welcome new dancers using this program? Ooh, that's a great question.
It is a great question.
Okay, hold on, checking to see. Okay, did you want to take that one, Taryn?
Well, read the beginning part so I
Sure.
make sure I'm addressing it correctly.
Sure. Okay, let's see. As an instructor, how can you motivate the experienced dancers to welcome new dancers? So, like, maybe what in this program would help an instructor motivate the experienced dancers to encourage the new dancers to come in? Is that about right? Is that what you're asking?
I always try to connect them to some of their favorites and how they get started, or keeping in some of the more simple dances that will have the beginners feeling confident to join. But I will throw in a challenge for the experienced dancers so that there can be that connection and success together. So maybe it's something like, hey, I'm throwing in a weird song at you. I want you to catch the word when they say yeah, and everybody hit the yeah together so that they're now in the moment together beyond what their footwork is. Maybe they're doing the wizard steps and syncopation, my advanced dancers, but then they're connected to the beginners and in the moment together because while they're just trying to side together, all of a sudden, yeah, came out and we're in the moment at the same time. And so that's part of how I get them to be involved and encourage others is maybe share how they got, to the point where they were at the dance level they are, but more so connecting them in the present and having them share those moments because then it's less about, oh, I'm here and you're there, and more about, let's enjoy this song and this dance together as we're going through. So sometimes that's in challenges with footwork or joining in on a sound moment or, stuff like that, that really helps them connect. And then the conversations will go from there and they'll start helping each other.
Yeah, and in our instructor training program, in the line dance portion in particular, we actually have a whole section about that. Like, how do you challenge like, let's say you have a class that's mixed level or mostly beginners, and you have a few advanced dancers, and you want to make sure they stay engaged. Like, how do you keep them engaged? How do you challenge your dancers to make sure that everyone's having fun and getting something out of it and want to be on the dance floor? So I love that question. Thank you so much for that question. So many of these topics like are definitely covered throughout the program, and those that aren't, it's a perfect opportunity to bring them up, like especially in our coaching conversations that you guys as students will have access to. You'll have access to not only our Kickstart leadership team, but you're going to have access to numerous professionals. Anybody know Joe Thompson? Hello, Joe Thompson Samansky, like the queen bee of all line dance. She can answer every question in the world. She is going to be on one of our coaching conversations. You get personal access to Joe Thompson, y'all. Like, I am floored that she's even like going to be a part of this. But Joe says, what better than to share everything that I know, that to pass it on? What better than to pass it on so that more people can continue to pass this on? And I love her heart for that. So these are definitely questions that you guys get to ask um, to our pros as well. Okay, trying to check out. Let's see.
And the
Um,
ongoing in our Facebook community group, that's one of the supports of the program too. So we're not only giving you the opportunities to ask industry professionals in the coaching conversations, but you can ask at any time, 24/7. We're all in different time zones and ask each other, hey, I've got this going on. So some of you may be aware that there's already Facebook groups out there that exist and they're great. But we have one dedicated to instructor training and support so that when you have a question like that, like, oh man, I have this situation going on in my class. How would you guys handle it? We're there to have that community discussion and, support in ways that work for us.
Awesome. Okay, so we had a question. It was, how do you deal with partner dancers hating on line dancing? Since it has been blowing up in Arizona, there's been haters that think we have too many line dances now. That's a great question, and it's definitely something that we experience like around the country. I feel like ultimately it's a little bit of a growing pain situation because Arizona is similar to like Texas in that way. And do I have anyone from Texas here? Anyone who's like, there's too much line dancing going on? Um, so ultimately, I think making sure that as an instructor or as someone who is promoting line dance, you're promoting like honor and respect of the partner dance stuff as well. So that means share the floor. Dance floor etiquette is really important. And as the DJs in these areas start to be more accustomed to the idea that their line dance is a thing that's here to stay, they're going to also learn how to better set their playlist so that everyone is getting a lot of floor time and feeling really good about it. Like, you're wearing out the partner dancers, and then you bring I mean, this is just an example. Like, DJs, if this is a good idea, let me know because it's just kind of coming to me on the spot. But it's like the DJs play, their set for partner dance, and the last 2 or 3 dances are like super high level. Everyone's like out there sweating their tails off. They are happy to take a break and have a couple line dance songs go on in between. Now, I know we can dance all night and never take a break, but you know that if a song that you weren't interested in dancing to came on, you would be like, all right, I'm gonna go get a drink. Like, I'm gonna get some fresh air from, I'm gonna go change my sweaty shirt or whatever it is. So being continuing to like honor the fact that both styles are so critical for our country dance community health is a mindset that's really important. So I have seen kind of like a, hey, move over, this is our song. That's the kind of attitude that we wouldn't want to encourage, because that's going to make people even more resentful. And then also, if DJs are just more intentional and they continue to be intentional about, okay, these songs are really like some of the most popular line dance songs, and save those songs for line dance sets after a quote like partner dance set, that's going to be really helpful. Oh, I love that. Okay. So he said, yeah, I think our DJs do a good job of this. It's always several partner songs and one line dance, rinse, and repeat. I think the floor space etiquette is probably the biggest thing. Yep, that is a huge thing. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Karen.
So definitely, as an instructor, and how the program kind of approach to that would be just share the understanding of floor setup and layout. So encourage there to be both. Encourage people to come out on the floor if your space allows for it. So having the line dancers in the middle, partner dancing going around, so you have line of dance. But if you're in a smaller venue where that's not possible, then encourage the going back and forth and the mindset of challenging trying to do both. So challenge your line dancers to repair songs that they know to other dances and continue dancing, and vice versa. I've seen shivers that fills an entire dance floor with line dancers, then have partner dancers come out and dance to it, and I love it. Because whatever the song moves you to do, encouraging everybody to share the dance floor is going to make it more enjoyable for everybody than it being a turf war over the song. So, yeah, encouraging that at your classes is helpful.
Yeah, and I want to add to that, because as someone who in some areas I'm known more as a line dancer, in other areas I'm known more as a partner dancer, or both. If I that Shivers was a perfect example. Shivers is a floor packer, like we know that. But if I were to go out there and do a partner dance, now I'm encouraging the partner dancing during this song, or even something like Off the Chain, or, another big popular line dance song. As an instructor, you can be like, hey, to some of the people, or as an influencer, you don't even have to be an instructor, but as an influencer, as someone of influence in the community, you can take your friends who you normally would go out there and like pack the floor for this one song that the West Coast swing or the country swing dancers really love dancing to. And instead of doing the line dance that time, choose to partner dance. Like, show respect, show honor for both styles, even if it's your favorite line dance song. Like, every now and then. I'm not saying you have to do it every time, but I know that when I go out, I know that Shivers in particular has been one of those songs that some partner dance communities really wish didn't become such a popular line dance song. So then, me as an influencer, if I go out there and partner dance to that song, you can bet that there's going to be other line dancers who choose to do the same thing. And what does that do? That creates more space on the floor. That creates a little bit more space for partner dancers to be able to get out there. And it also like kind of gives them an okay, like, hey, this space is still meant for sharing. All right. So that was a really good question. I hope that that was helpful. And like Taryn said, these are conversations that we love having. So much of this information is in the instructor training program, because these are things that we've dealt with all this time. And instead of leaving it to be guesswork, or feeling like you don't have the support, or you don't have the answers to be able to create change in your community, we're like helping with that throughout the program. And we know that we're not the only people with the answers. So we're super excited to have you guys be coming along and sharing your ideas as well, because your ideas is going to help the next person and the next community, and help build, the communities who are starting to have that turnover and have that shift in the style of dancing that's taken the floor. So I'm going to read a couple of these, but Taryn, so we've talked about what's for the most part, what's included. There's so much more. Guys, I could go on for like hours and hours. Like, and trust me, Taryn has stayed up numerous nights helping curate this curriculum. So she is a boss, a badass. She's incredible. So we have it's jam packed. So is there I'm going to look through the questions right now, but Taryn, if you've got anything that you wanted to add to anything we said so far.
Yeah. So one of my favorite thing is just the resources and links too. So when I first got started many years ago, I'm a researcher by nature. It's what I love to do. So I just didn't know where to find things. And I felt like I had to Google everywhere, ask everywhere. And oh, that's only done in this city. And that's not the case in other places. And it just became this like, where do I find the answers? Where is all of this? And one of my favorite things about the program and what we've tried doing is bringing it all in one spot for you. So all of the resources, different downloads, up-to-date information. If you're interested in this particular area, here's some resources on learning more about that, and why it is that that's done in classes. So downloads and templates. We've set up example lessons for you guys. We've given example formats on how to go through a line dance lesson or a partner dance lesson. We mentioned building blocks, how to take those and incorporate them into your class, and even some drills. We have a drills list. So this program goes beyond just slides and conversations, but then there's also videos on YouTube where we're going to continue to build those out and give you everything you need in all different facets in that one location. So you don't necessarily have to go searching. If you want to, knowledge is power, of course. And we're going to give you those links to send you out and learn more from different areas, because it's not that we're know-it-alls. We're just trying to bring it all to you in one spot so that you can be more efficient with your time and, be like a sponge. Soak things in, keep what you're interested in, and then go take off in your career.
Yeah, what she said. Okay. All right. So we'll take any kind of final questions. There was a question about lifetime access and investment. So first of all, if you guys go over to if you go to Kickstart Country, look up instructor training, or you can go straight to adiadance.com, because that is where the course portion is hosted right now. If you go to adiadance.com, look under the instructor training tab, we've got the Kickstart Instructor enrollment for the winter session. What's up, everybody joining? And by the way, this is being recorded on Zoom, and we will put out the recorded link. So for those of you guys who are just joining and you missed some of the awesome questions and conversation we've been having, there will be a playback within the next couple hours. Enrollment does close at the end of the day tomorrow, so this is the good timing for you. If this is the right time to get started, then you will need to make that decision. And if it's not, that's okay. And if you need more time, that's also okay. December 31st, 11:59 p.m. is decision time. In one way or another. But so with your investment, again, it's lifetime access. The line dance program is separate from the partner dance, but of course we have a bundle because we believe that having knowledge of both is really the key to creating a successful business in this industry. And so that bundle, you save, I think, around like $250 by getting the bundle. So check it out. Check out the instructor training tab on adiadance.com. It's also in my bio. It's also in the Kickstart Country bio, and it's going to give you all the different options. So if you're the kind of person who's like, you know what, I want to get this, I want to start making this investment and get the money back so quickly, you can pay for it in full. We also have an option where you can pay for it over time, and any way is great, because ultimately we're super confident that if you implement the things that you're learning, you're going to watch your dance business go to new heights and go to new levels for sure. In fact, only in the last 3 months in Southern California alone, we have got, hey friend, yeah. We have got, made me lose my train of thought. It's okay. I got this. Okay. So,
well, in just a couple bookings, your investment
oh,
is
exactly. So in just a couple of bookings, your investment is going to be completely covered. So in Southern California alone, we have had in the last 3 months, over 7 to 8 bookings that we've sent out Kickstart instructor or kit students or kit participants out on. And these are $400 for an hour and a half gigs. Like these are, we're talking about, we're not talking about $30 for a bar lesson, which is awesome. That's amazing. But we're talking about things that can generate income pretty quickly so that you're able to make your investment back like in 1 or 2 gigs, and that'll be the whole thing, and then you still have the whole thing for life, and then you're still learning and adding more, and just building your own, building yourself, your own confidence, and in turn building the confidence and the life of so many different people. So check out that adiadance.com instructor training tab. You can go to Kickstart Country. It'll take you back to adiadance.com right now because that's where the course and the program was originally formulated. But so, all right, y'all. So any last questions? Any last questions about?
I just wanted to add and clarify in
Okay,
case some
Taryn's got
people,
something. You guys
just
gotta
in
listen
case
up.
some
She's real smart.
people, well, just in case some people get confused and you hear, oh, why enroll now? Does that mean I have to finish it all or start it now? I got so much going on in my life. That's one of the best things about this is that even though we only open up enrollment 4 times a year, that's so that we can fully support you getting started and really kind of help you go along and make sure that we're here to answer your questions and give you that investment in time in what you're doing. But on your end, it's totally self-paced. If you want to fly through this and soak it all in, more power to you and go back and resource it as you go. Or if you're like, hey, I can only squeeze in 5 or 10 minutes in between, the baby sleeping or in between my other classes because I'm enrolled in college, you can do it when it works for you. So I just want to clarify that. Even though enrollments now, it doesn't mean that the course is a certain time frame. You can do it whenever works for you.
Yeah, and when it comes to our live trainings, like our coaching conversations and our business calls, those will all be recorded. So if you're not able to make it live, don't worry because they'll all be recorded and you can view them at a time that is most convenient for you. All right. Okay, y'all. Well, thank you so much for joining. If you've got any other questions, reach out. We would love to talk to you personally. If you wanted to give us a call about learning more about the program, just go ahead and reach out because we're all about making sure that this is a good fit, for you, for your life, for what it is that you're doing. And so, yeah, you're welcome. Thank you guys for being here. All right, we're gonna sign off. Hold on, Taryn's gonna say bye.
Bye.
You'll
Thank you
see her.
guys. Hope to dance with you
You'll keep
soon.
seeing Taryn all over, but we're so excited to get started, get this new year started. I'm gonna do a quick plug for those of you guys who love starting off the year with kind of positivity, or you got goals, you got ambitions. I'm doing a 5-day at the beginning of the month, and I might do it at the beginning of every month. It's an experience, it's a program where I'm bringing 25 women along with me, and for the first 5 days of the month, I've got like encouragement videos and kind of some training on mindset stuff. I've got this really cool journal. Where is it? I can't find it right now. But I've got this really cool journal that is going to have
There's a
like
picture on your
daily
social.
prompts and what'd you say?
There's a picture on your social.
Oh yeah, there's a picture on my social. I just posted about it. So it's got journal prompts and things like that. But the whole point is to really get ourselves in the right mindset to be able to move forward and really go after our dreams. We've got to like cut some things out. We got to add some things in. And anyway, I'm taking 25 of y'all with me for the beginning of the month. And I think we've got only about 12 spots left. So check that out and hope to see you in that group as well. Well, not the group, but as part of the experience. So it's really personalized also. So where I'm going to be like literally reaching out to you guys personally each day and just having that check in. And so we can get like an awesome start to the year and to the month and really set ourselves up for a breakthrough year here in 2024. Anybody want to break through here in 2024? Can I get an amen on that one? A wave, a heart,
Amen.
a woot
Golden
woot.
year.
All right, y'all. Thank you again for joining, and we'll see you on the dance floor.